So what helped you human this week, Erika? I'm glad you asked. Okay, to continue on with this. As we are moving from this symbolic energy of the snake to the horse. That just seems to be that there's so many ways to talk about this, but I'm just going with this sort of simple symbolism of the Chinese zodiac. That just feels like it really describes well my experience of what is happening with collective energy. It's happening in my life as I'm observing other people's lives. It's like I can see it happening as I gently observe what's happening in the world, and I do at times really have to take a step back away from that. The energy has gotten to a point where it's it just feels dangerously chaotic right now. So moving back a little bit, but let me get my thoughts together here. Let me say it. Let me say this. Number one, if you're struggling immensely, it feels like you're standing in a fire, and you are. It's like an emotional, psychic, mental fire. When we are at these turning points of transformation, and you perhaps feel lost. I don't understand what's going on in the world, and you're feeling terrified and all of this. The fire is not going to burn forever. I mean, it feels like I have been standing in a fire for months. And this was one of the hotter fires I've experienced in a long time. It is a transformational fire. It's almost like from that poem. Oh my God. Whoa, I'm having a huge synchronicity right now. Maybe I'll just leave it in the video. The wisdom from the poem that just hit me is from a poem called The Invitation, where, and this is by Oriah Mountain Dreamer, where she says, "Will you stand in the center of the fire with me and not shrink back?" It almost feels like she's talking about almost like our higher selves and our smaller egoic personality self. You know, the scared human self, but then you've got this, we are also, it's like we are these two things. We're like this scared little human self, but then we're this badass, bold, courageous, whatever archetype you want to put on it, warrior in the world. Like we hold these two things. I heard Alanis Morissette recently say she's like a shaky poodle and in like the body of a black stallion, and I'm like, oh, that resonates. I can feel both of those those energies alive and well inside of me. Anyway, but the synchronicity is the poem that has been trying to get to me for days, because it's trying to get to you. So it's got to find me so that I can hand it to you. That's just how it seems to be working right now. It's also called The Invitation. It's called The Invitation. I don't know if I'm not looking at the book right now. Whatever. It's called Invitation by Mary Oliver. So there's another interesting synchronicity, but that is how this day has started out, with great synchronicity. And it just keeps going. So, meaningful. I'll put it this way. I was sharing a story earlier with a group where I said, it feels like for months I have been standing in the center of this fire, and it felt excruciating. That's a big word, but that is how it felt. And I kept getting the feeling that the universe was like, look, Erika, stand here. We have brought you to this point a few times, or we have brought you to this point a few times. And what you did was you started shrieking and you ran away and you hid from it. and you did anything you could to get out of that internal scary fire feeling place of, I was looking for something to help change the way that I felt, because I was like, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. So I ran away. But it is a lesson, or it is an, for lack of better words, or it is an obstacle in the obstacle course of life. And we want obstacles on an obstacle course because it makes us more skilled. So the lesson or the obstacle, it's like, I need to complete that challenge before I move on to the next. And it felt like, because this was old, the feeling was old of this fire. And in the past, I mean, years past, I had faced that same feeling, but I ran away from it. I buried myself in old habits to help just run away, bury myself, numb myself from that feeling. And that feeling has come up lately. And here's the interesting thing. I'm not behaving the same. I'm making different choices. And it feels like it's kind of like the phoenix, rising from the ash. It feels like I have finally stepped over that obstacle in the course. And because I did that, because I did not shrink back away from that fire, like I sit here today more as the person who I've always wanted to be. More of that like black stallion self instead of that shaky poodle. Like I chose more of that black stallion energy, or this horse energy charging forward. Hang on. Yep. So my original point, really, my point. Do not stop before the miracle happens. Don't leave before the miracle happens. If you are feeling like you are in crisis, big crossroads, feelings that you do not understand, and I mean, so I hope you reach out for support. I have had to reach out for support. I hope you reach out for support. We are all around you. All of our guides, all of our teachers. This was an insight I got early. They're all around, just waiting for us to reach out. It's an insight that came to me earlier through my own personal experience. So that is for those of you who are in the fire. Those of you who are not in the fire, this is the kind of message that I received very recently. It is a time to gather our resources, to take the very best care of ourselves. And I was thinking about rest, and I heard an interesting take on rest. This gentleman broke up that idea of rest. He broke it up into, I see it as like a box. Cut the box in half. So half of that box is, rest, sleep, lie on the couch, put your feet up. I don't know what you do that you consider rest. A lot of folks are looking at their phone or at a TV screen, or maybe, put it this way. The other half of the box of rest is recharge. So go do those things. Even if you're feeling sort of exhausted, mentally burned out from the world, take the time to get up and go do those activities that are going to recharge you. Yesterday for me, I had to be around people. I went to several different places where I knew I would meet up with like-spirited, like-hearted people and just talk, just a little bit even, and it absolutely restored me. That the whole snow days situation we just had, that was hard. And I'm like, what is the medicine that I need? And I have so much to say about this. Not the place, not the time, Erika. Okay, hang on. Anyway, just sharing with you all things that I have recently tuned into and moved through in case they're useful. Recharge. If you're in the fire, seek support. Stay in the fire, don't shrink back. If you're not quite in the fire, but maybe you know somebody who is, pass this along if you're resonating with it. But if you are just feeling like I could use some more energy, it's just, we are batteries. We are bio batteries, and we need this feet on the grass, sunlight in the eyes. Number one non-negotiable need, says Gabor Mate, connection. Connection. That is a major battery recharge for me as a human. I'm speaking for the group right now. I'm talking about us as best I can. Loneliness, I sense in the West, is a major problem, and the problem directs our health. Affects our physical health. As many of you know, I study natural medicine, holistic medicine, whatever you want to call it, integrative medicine. I have a wellness practice where I work with folks one-on-one, and a lot of the times we're dealing with physical upset, physical issues that happen in the body, irritable bowel syndrome, things like this, guys. And we have been taught that medicine is one thing, and that definition is expanding at this time. And a major piece of medicine is actually social support, community, social support, connection. Again, as Gabor Mate, and look him up if you're like, who in the hell are you talking about, Erika? Non-negotiable needs, number one, connection. Okay, if that's useful, just hoping this stuff is useful to somebody out there. Recharge, please. Whatever, feel into it. What are those things that recharge you? Swimming, reading, go having a friend date, playing your guitar. My God, I just talked to somebody earlier who's finally starting to paint and make music again. His father is dying. He is facing, some stuff, some feelings, a journey. And I was like, same thing kind of happened to me when my parents, well, I'll speak about my mom because that was most recent and I noticed this the most. I was buoyed with a grace at that time that I wasn't expecting. Something invisibly was supporting me through that time that I did not expect. And I was talking to this guy earlier and he's like, yeah, I think that's happening to me too. And he's returned to his music and his painting, and it's recharging him. And I think, God, yes, that's the thing. That's what we need. In a world of energy, we need to buoy ourselves in any way that we can. Sometimes it comes in unexpectedly. I call that grace. And sometimes we need to generate some of this stuff ourselves. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if anybody's following. Talking to myself here. Nah. Playing. Anyway, let me read this to you. So, Invitation by Mary Oliver. Oh, do you have time to linger for just a little while out of your busy and very important day for the goldfinches that have gathered in a field of thistles for a musical battle, to see who can sing the highest note or the lowest, or the most expressive of mirth or the most tender? Their strong, blunt beaks drink the air as they strive melodiously, not for your sake, and not for mine, and not for the sake of winning, but for sheer delight and gratitude. Believe us, they say. It is a serious thing just to be alive on this fresh morning in the broken world. I beg of you, do not walk by without pausing to attend to this rather ridiculous performance. It could mean something. It could mean everything. It could be what Rilke said or meant when he wrote, "You must change your life." There is so much in there that I could just go through it line by line, word for word. Let me say this. This is what I have found. The truth moves, capital T truth moves through things like nature and high art. I wouldn't consider all poetry high art, but it's out there. The high poets, the high art, there's a universal and timeless truth that moves through. To me, this is guidance. This is like the instruction manual we never got when we were born. These are directives that are coming out of these words. It's telling us like, hey, go that way, go that, everything you want is that way, go that way, do what I am suggesting for you to do. And if we actually take the action of doing it, we are going to find the result of, oh my God, wow, I do feel better. I do feel more free. Oh my God, I am moving closer to the things that my heart has been desiring forever. That might just be me. Anyway, it's saying, I beg of you, I beg of you. And this is a directive. It's like telling us, it's not telling us what to do. It's strongly suggesting, like, I beg of you, it's strongly suggesting, do not walk by without pausing to attend to this rather ridiculous performance. It's this, the watching the birds, or the listening to the birds. It's stopping for delight. It's that recharge. Whatever is recharging you. Delight. What do you delight in? What do you feel that level of gratitude and appreciation for? That just fills your tank again. It feels like that is a message to somebody that's trying to get through me. Please attend to that now. This is what, like, the collective energy is. I feel like this is the message for us now. So anyway, and you must change your life. If you are in that fire, and I'm not the only one who is in it. And I know that, and I saw examples of it. Sit in the center of the fire and do not shrink back. Don't run to the old habits where you hid from that. The feeling will pass. Seek support if you feel that you need support. And I'm a big fan of it. I can feel the times that I'm like, I cannot hold this on my own. I need somebody else here as a sacred witness and supporter. But it's like that line, you must change your life. You must don't make the old decision to run away back into the old habit. We must change our lives. So, and for the folks who are not in the fire, but maybe like, what the hell is going on right now? I feel, I don't know. If you're not necessarily in the fire, but you are feeling called forward to almost like a new identity, a new sense of yourself. You're trying to make a new decision, things like this. Recharge, recharge, recharge. Don't overthink the damn thing, which I do regularly. I was reminded, so I'm sharing with you. Recharge, recharge. When we are filled up with this energy, our frequency lifts, and the things that we are looking for are drawn to us magnetically. Easy. It's, God, what is that saying about how like nature does nothing, but everything comes to it. Everything gets done. something like this, I mean, sometimes I question, I'm like, what does that mean? How? You're not doing anything. But I literally am just now thinking, well, nature is already pure positive energy. It's vibrating high. And everything gets done. And I feel like I've never made that connection until literally just this very moment. Is that accurate? I don't know. It feels accurate for me in this moment. We'll just keep going with it. Its lesson, like the metaphor, the lesson of nature is to get to that pure positive energy. Get your vibration higher, your magnet stronger. Like that's what it's telling us to do right now. Don't run out and try to figure out your whole life and move all the external pieces around. That's not the way this works. It's an inside out game here. Recharge. Sit in the center of the fire. Do not shrink back. Seek support and or recharge. There you go. That's what I got for you this week. See some of you in class. Mwah. Love you. Mean it. Bye.